Right, before we start today's video, I really need to discuss one thing, and this is very, very important. If you are doing YouTube videos or TikToks or Reels, make sure you get the option of a good thumbnail picture, because otherwise you end up with a situation like this. What is that? What am I doing? Why did I think that? I'll tell you why I thought that was a good idea, because I actually had a thumbnail for it, but because I was putting it on YouTube or something the other way around, the thumbnail didn't go on the picture, and then I ended up with this abomination right here. So yeah, that's my starting for today. Oh, hello. Welcome to this week's episode of Dreamers, Setters and Go-Getters. I realised I hadn't given it a name, but it's now Dreamers, Setters and Go-Getters. So here we are. So this week we are discussing how to turn your dreams into a reality. I know that sounds really cliche, but as we are going into 2023, it's worth reevaluating what you actually want to do with your life, isn't it? Rather than just ploughing on, being stuck in another rut for another year, you might as well try something new. So, without further ado, this is what are some steps to turn your dreams into reality. Number one, if you thought the title of the video was cheesy, you wrote for this one. Believe in yourself. Now, I know that the sentence in itself, again, comes across very cheesy, very cliche, but the real point of this is to actually believe that you can do something more with your life. And that sounds obvious, but let's be realistic. If someone said to you tomorrow, go and earn £1 million, would you think you could do it? Why not? I mean, realistically, look at the other people in the world that have made £1 million. Look at these people who have done reality TV and are making millions now for being famous for being famous. Look at these various different entrepreneurs about the world that started from absolutely nothing and are now millionaires. I'm currently listening to Rachel Rodgers' book, We Should All Be Millionaires, and it's really inspired me. And I really, really recommend everybody should listen to that book or read that book. I say listen because I've got it on Audible at the moment. But if you're sat here watching YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, you could be a millionaire. Everybody can do it. Am I a millionaire? No, not yet. Do I think I'm going to be one? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the real issue here is your limiting beliefs in yourself. If you don't think you can do something, chances are you're not going to do it. What's the expression? I think it's Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Which just proves the point of whatever you want to achieve in your life is really, really down to you and your mindset. But on the note of mindset, shameless plug here, my Mindset Reset Toolkit is currently free of charge for the months of December and January. So head over to my website to FREEBIES and snap yourself up one of those because it is free at the moment. So yeah, go snap that up. It will help you to see yourself in a different light. It will help you be able to reframe your thinking and to overcome your limiting beliefs. So go grab that now. Number two, make a plan. Now, this is something I really, really love doing going into the new year every year. Honestly, I think I might actually prefer this to Christmas. That's not true. I freaking love Christmas. Really exciting part of going into the next year for me is that I get to plan for the next year. So what I highly recommend doing before you do anything else going into 2023 is to really sit and really think about what you want to achieve from 2023. And don't just think to yourself on a small scale. Think on a bigger scale. Think if your 2023 was going to be your ideal perfect year, what would you want to achieve in it? And then write them down. Achieve, and then pick 5 goals that you would specifically like to achieve in 2023, and then write them down. Write down your 5 goals and then stick them somewhere where you'll see them all the time, whether it's maybe your wallpaper on your phone screen or your wallpaper on your computer or slightly above your computer or somewhere like that, or on your bedside table, somewhere where you're going to see them like all the time. And they'll be your aims for 2023, because the best way to achieve things is to plan to actually achieve them. Because if you don't plan, then what's the expression? Fail to plan, plan to fail. So yeah, number 2, make a plan. Number 3, stay motivated. Okay, not overly easy all the time, but there are many, many ways you can stay motivated. Some of my favourite ways are to read a book that always helps keep me motivated. One in particular that I absolutely love is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Highly recommend that one. That always makes me feel fantastic about myself. If you're in the entrepreneurial area, Chillpreneur, which has since been called Chill and Prosper by Denise Duffield Thomas, is another book that really, really inspires me and keeps me motivated. But again, I keep going back to it all the time. YouTubers. Certain YouTube channels are amazing for keeping you motivated. I think it's Michelle B, Michelle spelled M-U, CHELL and then the letter B. Her channel is all about motivating you to do the best you can. Another good one is Amy Landino. I'll put links to all these videos in the description of this. But yeah, she's another one who is amazing at keeping you motivated. Her entire business, her slogan is "Go after the life you want," and her company is called GATLU because it's an abbreviation, GATLUW, because it's an abbreviation, it's an acronym of "Go After the Life You Want." And channels like that, books like "You Are a Badass" and "Chillpreneur" / Chill and Prosper, they'll really, really keep you motivated. But another good way of keeping yourself motivated is to remember your reason for why you want to achieve your goals, which is known as your why. Write down your why. Keep your why in your head. Read every day why you want to achieve these goals, because if you don't have the clarity on what you want to achieve or why you want to achieve it, then you're not going to have the motivation to go after it. So yes, number 3, stay motivated. Number 4, take action. It's all very well having plans, having goals, having dreams, having it all written down, but if you don't actually take action, then you're never going to achieve them. Procrastination is a big, big part of what stops us from taking action on things. Another shameless plug alert. If you go onto my website, kerrywilliams.uk, and go into courses, my course, Procrastination Domination Toolkit, is there, and it's currently £14.70. Another thing I have on my website in the freebies section is a calendar blocking tool. Now, calendar blocking is, if you don't already know what calendar blocking is, it's basically where you get your calendar and you separate it up into chunks of time throughout the day for specific things. So, for example, you may have a morning routine, so that would be your morning routine block, and you would have that for the set amount of time when you take out to have a morning routine. So maybe between 6 and 7 or 7 and 8, but you would block that time out in your calendar every day to specifically do that. I think it was Amy Landino that introduced me to calendar blocking, but I know it's quite a common thing that people do. But yeah, to make sure you do specific tasks at specific times. For example, if your job involves a specific time you need to dedicate to finances and admin, you would block out, say, a block of 3 or 4 hours for just, finance and admin block in the day. Or if you have time you particularly specifically want to schedule for spending time with your partner or your family, you would have a specific block for family or partner or something like that sort of block in the day. But what the calendar blocking tool does is it will allow you to put all these blocks in on a spreadsheet. All you have to do is basically decide what your calendar blocks are going to be, and then you put them in the blocks on a spreadsheet, and then you can actually upload that into your Google Calendar so that you allow yourself to do that. But with the calendar blocking tool, which again is free, comes with a little video that I filmed to show you how to do that. But yes, that is a very good way of taking action, because you'll know full well those points of every day are there to specifically be used for you to take action. Now, if you're not sure what actions to take, you could try another thing that was something my husband suggested to me actually, which is reverse timelining, which is basically you have your final thing that you want to achieve, and then you can work backwards from that. So say in the case of me filming this YouTube video, the initial thing would be upload video. Prior to that would be edit video. Prior to that would be film video. Prior to that would be write script for video. As you can tell, I don't really write a script, hence the fact I blabber on, but I have key points written down for what I want to get across in the video. And then prior to that, you would research the video and what you want to make the video about. And basically, just so you go backwards, you would know from that point to get to do a release of YouTube video, you would know to research a YouTube video, and then from that point you'd move on through the thing until you get to the final point, which of course was the first point you put down, if that makes sense. I might create something and put this in the description to make it a little clearer, but I'm hoping you understand what I mean from that. So these are all good ways of taking action. When you take action, that's a way easier way of actually achieving your goals and your dreams. Number 5, perseverance. Again, you're going to reach points where you forget your why, you forget your reasons for doing things, you're not achieving anything, and you're not going to want to continue on with it. But if you if those goals are important to you, you have to keep going. And I know it's difficult. My God, do I know it's difficult. I mean, right now I'm putting out reels on Instagram, and I used to do quite well on reels, and I'm getting like less than 30 views on every reel. But whereas TikTok, I'm actually improving all the time. I'm going up and up and up. And YouTube, I'm improving all the time. You look at my numbers, they're a bit small, but they are improving. They are going up. And if I'd stopped because my Instagram Reels views had stopped going up, then I wouldn't have got where I'm going on TikTok, which is a lot better. So that's just a good example. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't persevere, again, you're not going to get there. And I know this seems really, really obvious, but seriously, persevere. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And if you need help with this, please come to me. Let me know. I will help you. I will boost you up. I will big you up. Just email me. Come on here. Comment on here. Come and join my Dreamers, Setters and Go-Getters group on, it's free, through my website. Subscribe. Again, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, subscribe to that and just contact me. I'm happy to help you. I'm here. I will help you. Number 6. Learn from your failures. You're not going to hit it every single time. You're not going to achieve gold with everything you do. And the biggest thing about failures is that actually they're just another step towards success. Nobody succeeds without failures first. And failures are there to make sure that when we do succeed, we are succeeding in the best way we can succeed. And we're succeeding in a way that we can continue having further successes from that. If you do not make mistakes, then you've never tried anything, basically. I think there's a good quote that basically says, if you haven't made a mistake, then you haven't tried. And I think that's a really, really great quote. And I'm going to put up on the screen who it was by, because I remember seeing it the other day and thinking, that's awesome. If you don't try, you will not succeed. It's as plain and simple as that. However, if you do try, then you may succeed. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's worth trying, because if you don't try, you won't get there. And I know what I'm trying to say, and I hope that's making sense. But if you want to succeed at something, you're definitely not going to if you don't try. So where the odds go, you might as well try. Because the worst case scenario, you're just back where you were before. But in the best case scenario, you've achieved a goal. You've achieved your dreams. Worth trying, isn't it? And finally, number 7, celebrate your successes. This is probably the best point. When you've succeeded at that goal, don't just celebrate at that point. Celebrate every point going. For example, if you want to, let's use the YouTube channel thing again. If you want to have a successful YouTube video, when you put out that first video, and it is tough, when you put out that first video, celebrate. Go get yourself a takeaway, or go and have a dessert. Go get your favourite dessert from the supermarket, or buy yourself something new. Find a way of celebrating that success you've just made, because that is a big step. To get your first YouTube video out is a big success. And this is just a good example. Once again, I'm not doing this aimed at people who want to be YouTubers. This is anything. If you are training to do something in particular, or that first term or something like that, celebrate. Celebrate your successes, because that is a success. It's not the ultimate goal and the ultimate success, I suppose, but it is a huge success. For every step you take on your journey, celebrate the fact that you've reached that next goal, that next milestone. So I hope that will help you going into 2023. Obviously, I've got another couple of videos coming up before 2023, but I will also be having a webinar on the 2nd of January. Again, I haven't got that quite ready for people to sign up to yet, but keep an eye on that. Sign up to my email newsletter, Dreamers, Setters and Go-Getters, where you'll get lots of advice. You'll be the first one to know about blog posts, new freebies, new courses, when my YouTube videos go up, lots of things like that. So come over and join me over there. Just head to the website, it's on the main page, kerrywilliams.uk. In the meantime, I hope you have an amazing, amazing week, and I will see you next week in my next video.